Hello, I'm Izzy Wells and welcome to Uncovered, where we look at the creative scene in Taiwan. Now today I'm joined by Amber and Tawei from The Cave. The Cave puts on a lot of cool events and parties here in Taiwan. They also put out music with Cave Records, have their own zine and their own podcast. But today Amber and Dave will be on the receiving end of questions, which will be switching it up a bit to what they're used to. So welcome both to Uncovered.
Yeah. This is Tawei, aka FTK as my stage name. I'm a DJ, producer, content creator, party organizer.
Doing it all.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Amber from The Cave. I basically do the marketing and BD stuff.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yeah, I am very excited to get into more about The Cave and what you guys do. So I've briefly introduced The Cave, but can you tell me a bit about what The Cave is all about and its ethos?
This idea of cave actually came from the philosopher Plato.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Greek philosopher. And he had wrote this allegory of the cave. And this is the idea of this cave stuff.
Because I was actually wondering where the name came from, right?
Yeah. It came from
It's a cool name.
And I just want to... This allegory for us is aim to understand the perceive of higher level of reality.
Very deep.
Yeah. But we want to tell a bit about the story. So maybe Amber will help us.
Okay, I actually copied it from Wikipedia because they tell the story better.
That's allowed.
So the story describes a group of people who have lived chained to the wall of the cave all their lives, facing a blank wall. And the people watched shadows projected on the wall from objects passing in front of the fire behind them. And then people give names to these shadows. But the shadows are the person's reality, but are not accurate representations of the real world. Yeah, and so the shadows represent the fragment of reality that we can normally perceive through our senses, while the objects under the sun presents the true form of object that we can only perceive through reason.
Wow, that's
That's
deep.
from Wikipedia, but it's the story.
It's about this because I was feeling this that all the sound and the coloring and the light actually is all vibration. Go through the path of these vibration, we can find the reality of the truth behind what we see. So actually the cave, we are always trying to go out of the cave.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea of this.
I like the idea a lot. And so the cave was first a space, was it?
Actually started Cave Records started first.
Okay.
2014. And we started hosting small party at coffee shop, the place I used to work at, and some random venue. And it wasn't focusing on dance music that time. And after 2-3 years, we started a venue at 2017 under a gallery.
Nice.
in front of the gallery. Yeah, and the second floor is gallery, and there's the third floor was the artists come and stay.
Or a residency.
Yeah, a resident. Yeah. And that's how we start.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of moved on to podcast, zine.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
And the place I mentioned was the first place, and after that, I think a year or something, we moved to our second spot. And the venue is a 300
a bigger spot,
a 300 capacity. And we started to help artists to do their performance, all kind of genre, jazz, indie rock, and some hip hop show. And between those empty slots of the weekend, the Friday, Saturday, we must feel something in it, and we started to host our own DJ stuff there.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're really into that since we start doing our own venue.
Yeah, I think that's what I really like about Taiwan, is that there's so many cool kind of small events going on as well, and there's this like sense of community, and that's because I'm from London, so we have a lot of like big events going on all the time,
all the major stuff here.
But I never felt like that kind of sense of community as such, which is nice. And how would you describe the cave community?
But the word is from you though. He was saying it's cool kid with edgy style.
Cool kid with edgy style.
But I think all of us are really into music and we really like dancing. And for us, because we do a lot of rave events now, so rave for us stand for radical audio visual experience. So we are looking for that kind of experience, I think.
Okay. So you Tawei, you were one of the co-founders.
Yeah.
And when did you come on board, Amber?
So I know them in 2017, and then we are actually together.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, we are a couple.
Okay.
And then, but I had my own work, and I joined, I think
2019 something, 20
during the pandemic.
What were you doing before that?
I was working in the patent and copyright legal firm.
Oh wow!
To help like startups and corporates to have better understanding of like
intelligence, right? It's like when it's like the ideas,
intelligence property. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
She was working there now.
It's been 3 years, you know.
You're allowed to forget. You've left it all behind. That's a big change up though. That's a big change up from what you were doing previously on, or would you say?
I would say yes and no.
Yeah, it really helps actually in this.
Because I think the cave is kind of a startup business as well.
Yeah.
So for the experience that I learned from past job, and now I can help the cave.
Yeah.
To go
use
more,
that past experience.
To go more like commercial and how to get monies, things like that.
And so Tawei, how long have you been a DJ for? Did that come before or after the cave?
I actually was really I DJ after I start this venue actually, because like we need to put shows on between the empty slots I had mentioned. So, hiring DJ is another cost for, we're not making big money at that time. Of course, now it's also not big money now. Not yet. Not yet.
On the horizon.
Yeah, we're still rising. But I think I have to learn how to do this. But I was always into music. I was playing in a psychedelic rock band.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I was my teenage year, I was really into those 70s psychedelic culture.
Yeah, like getting the teenage angst
out. Yeah. I was always into that, and here I am now.
Yeah, amazing. And was there much going on in the scene in terms of what you guys are doing now before the cave existed? Was there what was the kind of scene before the cave like?
I think the first rave party, this concept started here. I think it's like 1995. The first rave was hosted by this DJ called Alan, and the A was a ads part,
you know
that one, ad sign. And during that, I think like before 2000 something, there were like a lot of things going on there. And then I think there's a gap then.
Yeah,
we heard the rave back then was like 2,000 people.
Wow.
Easily. And it's an era like with no internet, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, like in the 90s.
Yeah. Like 1995 to 2000.
And how would you say the events that you guys put on are distinct from others in Taiwan?
I think we provide like more hard and fast music. Like we mentioned, we like doing this rave stuff. It stand for radical audio visual experience. Yeah.
And I think we really encourage our audiences to really dance and go crazy on the dance floor.
Yeah, like there for a good time. different to kind of the like cine clubs. People don't necessarily go to enjoy the music, whereas I feel like the events that you guys do, like people are very keen to kind of hear the sounds that you are putting on as well, and those DJs. How would you describe the atmosphere of your events in 3 words?
Yeah, I think she had picked.
We had
Yeah.
we had this discussion. It's inclusive, radical, and fun.
Nice. So would you say that there is quite an appetite for these kinds of, I guess, radical parties then, or these rave parties in Taiwan, especially as a foreigner coming, like before coming to Taiwan, you don't necessarily know about what's like kind of these, I guess, more underground events. And it's cool when you do come across it, but is this what like a lot of young people and stuff would you say are into and are kind of eager to experience?
I wouldn't say a lot of young people because I think underground
It's more niche.
Yeah, it's niche.
It's like a small group, but yes, I think our audiences really likes the experience of being radical. And I think the value that we don't say that a lot, but we really want to be like inclusive, to be friendly, and to welcome everyone, even if you don't, dress as cool, or as long as you like to have
let
fun.
you in.
yeah, things like that. Because I think some people will think that
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of like stop people from joining.
Right.
Yeah.
So how then do you make that more inclusive? How do you tell people like don't be scared, like you're welcome too?
We do podcasts.
Yeah.
Start our show. We do YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's a good gateway, actually.
Yeah.
They don't have to really be at the party, but they can like peeking outside and see what's happening.
Yeah.
We try to talk and introducing people who are also involved in this scene.
That's important as well in terms of letting people, I mean, inside Taiwan, but also outside of Taiwan, knowing what's going on here. I think is also like part of like why I do this show. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here that people don't know about necessarily. And what would you say your favorite event has been that you've organized or put on?
Yeah, I think that definitely will be Stone Age Paradise. Last year we do this event at a wasted water park, and we had like used 2 sound system that was like built handmade in Taiwan. One called Formosa sound system.
Oh, nice.
They're from Taiwan, Tainan, and there's another system called
Millennium.
Yeah.
Millennium.
You got that right.
Millennium and E.
Millennium.
And it was built by Ray from Taiwan, another party organizer.
Oh, nice. And what was so special about that event?
And that was our first outdoor party. And
Was the weather good?
Oh, that's the part.
That's the part.
That's the part. You know the things, huh? The location was at Taichung, and Taichung was very little raining chance at Taichung. But that day was raining like typhoon.
It was storm.
No.
It was like super
Seriously?
heavy rain, and we're like lucky because we thought of that. What if that it rains? So we have bring that camping canopy. We bring like 4 of them, and there were like
We made this
7
huge
meter.
tent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Cover the whole.
all the
Nice.
in
The
front
sound
of the
system and
DJ stage, and so because of heavy rain, so everybody was stuck in front of it, and we like started like afternoon. Afternoon, the weather is like rain and stop. But I think when it turns to like
After 10,
it started like rain heavy, and the lightning. And thunder just on the top of the dance floor.
Oh,
it was
no.
like,
It was crazy.
it was crazy, and I was like super worried about, are we going to get like electric shock? But because of the heavy rain, so everybody was.
But of course, we are well prepared.
Yeah.
It's just when it happens, you're still worried.
Right.
Yeah. We have that good electric worker that help us to arrange all the things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We really care about safety.
Yes.
Yeah, that I have
Because
to.
there's a lot to think about, right?
Yeah.
Like how to still make it enjoyable while like the logistics of it all. It's a lot.
And I think that day, so we keep the full volume because of the rain, because the cop didn't find us.
Nice.
Because the rain was too loud.
Yeah. Silver linings, right? Silver linings.
Yeah. And everybody was in front of the speaker. We have the full volume.
Yeah, because it was raining so heavily, and then people stuck
in front of the speaker.
Yeah, so 5 people danced from like 10 p.m. till like 5 in the morning.
Wow.
Like 400 people.
It's
in front of the. That's pretty. You don't see it every day.
That was an epic
Taiwan.
night, I would say.
That was epic.
And I'm sure as well, like you felt happy that it all worked out, like and
safely.
Even better. Yeah.
Because of the rain.
Right.
That was because the cop came after like 5 a.m. and he was like super mad and he's like yelling at us. Did you know that neighbor was calling the police station for all night? How should I know now? And we really couldn't find you because your sound is like crossing the river over to
another suburb.
Another area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're all calling over there, so the police was searching in another area.
And they were trying to find you, and you're all like camped out.
Yeah, and because of the rain, that they couldn't tell the direction of the sound, so we get through by super good luck.
Nature was on your side, the weather was on your side in that respect. Yeah, interesting about noise complaints and stuff. So was it in a pretty deserted area, like a area with not that many people?
Yeah, it is.
But I feel like people are very sensitive to sound here.
Yeah.
So true.
So true. They're not used to that.
Yeah, I think
they really like quiet.
Yeah.
Silence.
Like, yeah. Which I can get if I was, maybe like 60 years old and whatever.
True.
If I was a neighbor, I won't be happy.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes you let it go. Like if it's a one-off event or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, let them have their fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I'm like that when I'm older. And your events mainly take place between Taichung and Taipei.
Yeah.
So which city would you say has the better nightlife scene?
I think it's Taipei.
Taipei.
Yeah, because the
Taipei for
audience
sure.
base and there's like more clubs
And how does Taichung compare? Just because it's on a smaller scale.
Actually, we actually start at Taichung.
Okay.
I think Taichung is a good place to start something new because the rent is cheaper and you can try things out, and because there's kind of nothing happening there, so if you like put out something, that'll be neat.
Yeah.
but when you want to like make another step, you have to like go to aiming for more audience. Then maybe Taipei is the place to go. Yeah.
Got it. So in terms of putting on events and stuff, Taipei is better for that in terms of like the venues and stuff, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, we're going back to putting on the events and the kind of the stress involved. I mean, we're talking about a particularly high stress moment, with the space, artists, logistics, whatever. Was the particularly like high stress event? Would you say it's the one you spoke about, or has there been any other kind of events where it's been really, really stressful? And I'm afraid that is the end of part 1 of my interview with Tawei and Amber from the cave. So you're gonna have to wait for next episode to find out what the most high stress event was that they put on. In next week's episode, we'll also be chatting about some of the unique challenges that they face in putting events on here in Taiwan, learning more about underground genres like techno, drum and bass, gabba, the Cave Records artists, and more about the underground music space. So do stay tuned for next week's episode. In the meantime, do go and check out The Cave on Instagram and also their podcast on YouTube. I'll include all the links in the description box below. Thank you so much for listening to Taiwan Uncovered. I'm Izzy Wells and I will see you all next week. Bye.